That tune means it's time for our fingers to take a walk. And in this song, each finger will have its own special walk. Thumb will move slowly along like a fat little pig. Pointer will go hop, hop, hoppeting, and each of the other fingers will have their own special walk.
Alright, hello everybody, this is going to be my late review for One Piece chapter 697. 3 more chapters to the big 700, eh? Yep. Yeah, it's coming in very late, later than I thought, but better late than never, so I'm gonna have to make it quicker than I originally intended to. And basically this review is split into 2 sections of what happened with the Straw Hat side and what happened with Doflamingo's side, since that was mainly the 2 major parts of this chapter. So let us begin acing this one. Alright, so this chapter starts off with announcing that the emperor that Luffy and Law are going to be going after first and foremost will be Kaido of 100 beasts, which is a shocker because a lot of persons thought it would be, and the most sensible choice would have been Big Mom, since that's who Luffy was going after. But at the same time, this is what Law chose, and boy, it seems like he's really formidable because Law said he's the strongest creature in the world. As opposed to how Whitebeard used to be the strongest man in the world. So you know that has to mean something. So Kaido is definitely and literally a beast just by hearing about him. So can't wait to see what he can do, eh? And then after that part, it was mainly just interactions with a few little interactions between the Straw Hats and the Marines, and then where they were just it was with Smoker and Law. They were just talking back and forth. Law saying he could have killed him a long time ago, but then Smoker was just speechless for the most part, or just the entire chapter actually. So then came to the part where the Straw Hats and everyone else had to leave the kids behind with the G5 Marines, and the G5 Marines were pretending as if they didn't like the pirates, and they were convincing the children not to say goodbye to the pirates, even going as far as pointing the guns at them. But in the end, it turned out that when Tashigi said that they should stop disgracing themselves like that, they cried out and said that if they don't act like that, they're going to start liking the pirates, which ended up happening. And Luffy and everyone else just laughed and were on their merry way, since they couldn't really leave the island yet anyway. And so we have a little scene where also during that time we had a little scene where Law was facing Baby 5 and Buffalo for some reason, and that we've seen later in this next section now, where it cuts off to where the Flamingo was charging after Punk Hazard, but then he said something about his sky path being cut off, and his sky path thing turned out to be, or speculated to be, probably that thing that happened with Apu back in the earlier parts of him entering the New World, that King of Lightning mentioned. So that's a very plausible explanation for what's going on there. But anyway, his sky path was cut off, and he noticed the life raft that came from the tanker, and he saw the heads of Baby 5 and Buffalo on there, as well as a crazy ass Denden Mushi that was in the shape of Law. So you know that it was Law's Denden Mushi with the cap and the shell and the style, everything. So it was crazy. And in that scenario, he overheard Doflamingo arriving on the life raft, talking between the Buffalo and Baby 5, saying that they may have failed, but he's not gonna kill them because they did their job. And he was negotiating a thing with him where Law was negotiating with Doflamingo, where Doflamingo was asking back for the Caesar crown, but Law said he wouldn't give it to him. He said he'd make him a deal. Law said that he would have to drop his Shichibukai title, and he'll get back Caesar, or else he's gonna have to answer to Kaido, and because Kaido is the one who's receiving all the smiles, all the smile devil fruits from Doflamingo as main supplier. If he's not gonna get it, then Doflamingo is gonna get creamed by Kaido, and it was so bad where Doflamingo was actually super scared, where he was sweating and everything. So it was like, oh my, oh yeah. So if Doflamingo's afraid of the Kaido, then you know Kaido is beyond comprehension. He could probably be on Whitebeard's level, but who knows? They say Shanks intercepted him, so he's probably not stronger than Shanks, but definitely he's formidable. So that's kind of thing that happened. And Law said that if he doesn't drop his Shichibukai title that he's worked for 10 years by the next morning newspaper, then he's not going to give back Caesar, and overall Doflamingo is going to be screwed. So Doflamingo was just so angry to the point where the only thing he could say at the end was snap. Um, that's an understatement for what he should be saying, but it was a really good chapter overall. I can't, in terms of pros and cons, the only con I can see is that the drought. The G5 Marines drew out the whole thing where they were pretending that they didn't care about Straw Hats where they actually did, but it was actually a good scene as well. Another con is that we still have yet to find out who is the mysterious person. But other than that, there are a lot of pros where they announced that the emperor that they're going after, the conclusion of what happened with the children and the Straw Hats and the G5 Marines, with Tashigi and Smoker. Law threatening Doflamingo to such a point where Doflamingo scared, and it's crazy. So there's a lot of pros and not too many cons in my opinion, but it's because I'm kind of tired at the moment that I can't really think of anything that's bad. So it's really anticipating to see where they're gonna go next. And Law said he wanted to go to Green Bit, a new island that we never expected. So let's see where that goes. As for this video, my rating is going to be 4. Yeah, it's a 4 out of 5 chapter for me. So that's it for me. Thank you, and keep on easing.